these. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm not your brother.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
We get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got it. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they said? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask Boss when we get our job that night. Of course she can.
Yeah!
Yeah. Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legend.
Who be the top?
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Peanut, aka Dash Resource Man, CEO of Dash Resource Man, where I teach you how to sell stocks not dope. You can literally go on Amazon right now, get my book for free, man. This is really a good opportunity for you guys to literally go to our YouTube right now to subscribe to my YouTube page, which is Dash Resource on YouTube. And also the Legendary People Podcast, man, where we drop legendary content like you're seeing right now, man. Like I said before, there's no legend higher. And I promise you, when it comes to what we do here on this podcast, we literally highlight people who have done legendary things in our backyard. Pause, of course. but let's start off with our sponsors, of course. So if you guys get hungry for breakfast, make sure you gotta go down to Sheets. Make sure you go down there and get that breakfast, man. Holla out my bro Karan, Ron C, my man Shorty, man. Go down there, man. My mimosas are the best down there. Go down there and ask for the peanut mimosa. You feel me? You know the vibe, man. The champagne and all that in there. If you guys get hungry for lunch, make sure you guys go down there to Agnes All Natural Grill. If you guys are ever injured in an accident, make sure you guys contact attorney Michael Wright. And also, if you guys want to go shopping for something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't holiday season, but if you want to buy something, before you go to Amazon, go to theshoparea.com. It's like the baby Amazon. Everything's free from the store to your door in 4 business days, man. Of course, Dash Resource, sell stocks not dope every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. T-shirtking247.com. And I'm done trying to promo, man. Go buy something, man. Buy some shirts, cop some merch, man. Be a capitalist, not a victim, man. But I'm not here to talk about me, man. I got my bro in the building. Literally, man. My bro, man. Like, literally from the lunch table, man. He's still able, man. My bro. Reese, baby, a.k.a. Young Reese dude. Whatever y'all want to call him, man. Hey, yo, what's good, bro?
What's poppin', bro? What's poppin'?
Everything golden, man. So, listen, man. Here on the Legendary People Podcast, there's a thing called The Origins. Without further ado, where'd you grow up?
Man, a little bit of everywhere, but I remember being, for most of my childhood, the Soda Bass Courts.
The Bass?
Yeah.
The Bass.
I grew up in the Soda Bass. You know, we stayed there for a little bit. Me and my mom, my pops, my sisters. It was wild because it's the Bass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will say this. One thing the projects taught me was, like, even though, like, it may be fighting inside the projects, everybody that lives in there sticks together.
Right.
So, like, when I tell you, like, it's people in the Bass that used to hate each other. You know, at least back then they hated each other. But if somebody from the Bass came over there, that shit wasn't going. And
right.
then, you know, from the Bass, we moved to Dayton View.
We ain't go too far because we in your early beginnings. So,
yeah.
Like, who are some of your day one friends?
Man, for a while, to be honest.
We already got somebody checking in on the comment section. Lord knows we got Dominique, DKNY Yummy. Make sure you guys go support her business. She been advocating for herself to be on this podcast. It's going to happen one day. It's going to happen one day. She said my favorite dating rapper for sure, man. So
I appreciate it.
So like early beginnings.
Early beginnings, like friends. Like I have friends, but a lot of them, you know, the goal is to not stay in the projects forever. You know what I'm saying? So even back then, like, the goal was to not stay in the projects forever. So a lot of my friends would leave before we even got a chance to really lock in. So for the beginning of my life, most of my best friends were pretty much a lot of my cousins.
The wolf just checked in. Reese!
Steve Ernest.
He that guy, for sure.
My guy, what's going on?
And Steve Ernest has one of the most legendary stories on this podcast.
Man,
today. I love you, King.
Episode.
Love you, Wolf.
Love this episode.
But go ahead.
But yeah, like, so my cousins Tay.
Yeah.
My cousins Troy and them, they pretty much were my best friends.
What's Troy Reed?
Not Troy Reed. Troy Miles.
Okay.
Shout out to Troy Miles.
Yeah.
I know Troy Reed though.
Yeah, brother's my bro.
Yeah, shout out to Troy Reed.
Shout out to Troy Reed and Troy Miles.
Troy Miles. Man, so like, yeah, like, man, my cousins were pretty much like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? They were around for, you know, a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, helped make me tougher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was one of those kids that was I didn't know how to hone my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I would get upset, I would tear up. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand anger. You know what I'm saying? But my cousins, they toughened me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to them.
Word. So like, what were some of the things that like you saw growing up in that area?
Man,
growing up early.
Man, the Bass had everything from basketball tournaments to, man, you see people get shot. You know what I'm saying, on a regular basis. Like, I never forget. Hell, like, I never forget, I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. My uncle came in the house with, you know, leg torn up, you know, a bullet wound all in his leg.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, like, I said that in a rhyme once, but like 6 years old, I committed suicidal mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally, I seen I wouldn't even say homicide, but I seen the danger of what the streets could do early, you know what I'm saying?
So like you had your mom and your dad. Well, wait, we can't fast forward past the point of that. Like, what was your very first thought seeing your peoples come inside the house and they were shot or wounded? Like, what was the explanation that you heard, and how did you interpret it? Man,
I really at the time I really didn't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But most kids, when they see stuff like that, they scared and they stray away from it. I was wide-eyed to it. I wanted to see what was going on. I think, over the years, that's kind of been like a gift and a curse for me. Like, I got to know what's up, you know what I'm saying? But, instead of looking away or, even I don't even think I was scared by it. I remember just wanting to see what it was.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so, like, what elementary school did you go to?
Wagaman.
Okay.
I'm a Wagaman elk.
I'm
a Wagaman elk.
So, like, what kind of student were you?
Man, to be honest, I was a straight A student.
Word?
Yeah, man. Like, I'm a genius, man.
Word.
I'm a genius.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know about that, but
man,
listen, I was
on it.
Walking
your purpose, King.
Yeah, I was determined to be. I've always been determined to be like when I do something, I'm gonna be the best at it. I hate school though. But even then, like if I was gonna be there, I was gonna kill it. Plus, my moms and pops, they weren't playing that. Like, you bring home good grades, like
So, like, that was my next question. So, you had mom and dad in the house. Yeah. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got I had 3 sisters that lived with me, and I had an older brother and a little brother that didn't live with me.
Okay.
But my mom and dad, like, still together now, have been together my whole life.
So, like, what was your interaction at home? Like, what was your early life like at home?
Man,
your upbringing.
It was cool, man. It was cool. Like, I can't ever think of a time where we didn't need for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was legally or illegally. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was always a worker. Like, my mom probably the hardest worker I've ever met. My mom might be the strongest person I ever met.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say might be. My mom is the strongest person I ever met.
Right.
But my mom and father, it was loving. Like, it was that black love that they talk about on TV now. Like, my parents was like that in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's hard.
Yeah, they kept, of course, just like anybody, they made mistakes.
Of course.
Like.
What were some of the things like you saw, like in hindsight? Because to me, when I look at like my parents, like I love my parents. I think my dad is the GOAT. My mom is the GOAT.
Yeah.
But I still know the certain things. Like when I see now as a parent looking back now, being in relationships and stuff like that. What were some of the missteps you think like you've seen them to go through?
I'm my mom's oldest, and like I was the oldest boy in the house. So, I know for sure there were times where we probably could have fixed it with a conversation. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were times where it was just, there are going to be times where they upset and they yelling and screaming when I could have, I probably would have benefited more from just having a normal conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was a bright kid from as long as I can remember. So a lot of things I understood early.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it could have been like, I know like my father had been to prison a couple times when I was real young. So, I know my mom was doing the best she could, you know what I'm saying? So, and raising 3 or 4 kids, sometimes while your mate is, locked down, is frustrating. And then I got my father who, when he, was a hard worker himself too. Mm-hmm. He doing stuff that, potentially risking his life. So you anxious, you know what I'm saying? You nervous. Like I will say this, my parents never just like beat on us. That wasn't, that we wasn't in that type of vibe. One thing I can't say I learned from my parents that I picked up was like, I always hear parents say, like, I ain't your friend, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my dad don't rock that way. Like my dad is my best friend.
So like during this time where your dad was locked up, like what kind of correspondence did you have with him? Was it visitation? Was it writing letters? Was it any of those things that, you know what I'm saying, like you would typically think of when someone is locked up?
I definitely visited my pops.
Okay. Walk us through that first visit.
Man, I was young. I just remember it was all of us in a room with a bunch of people. And my uncle always say this, like, my uncle used to always say this when my dad was locked up. The hardest part about going to go see somebody locked up is that you can't take them with you. You know what I'm saying? I do remember like not understanding why daddy couldn't come with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, my mom's held it down. She never missed a beat, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to that queen.
And so it was, of course we missed them, but shit, we was rocking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was rocking.
So not get too much into the case, but like, what was your dad locked up for, to your understanding?
Oh, drugs.
Drugs, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like at this point in time, do you look at selling drugs a different way than the average person would, or do you look at it to a point where it's like, okay, I understand, like I can be locked up and still take care of my family kind of drugs?
Man, I kind of look at it. It's weird for me because, you understand, like, because I'm one of those people that if I make a decision, and I got that from my father, if I make a decision.
Trisha Pearson's checked in and said, "Hey, Reese."
Was happening. I'm one of those people that understand, like, when you do something, you stand on whatever you do. Like, I'm willing to take whatever comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can see the comments now.
I'm willing to take whatever comes with it.
Yeah.
What's up, Auntie?
Yeah.
I'm willing to take. So, like, my father, that's how my father is. He understood the reward. But he understood what could happen if things go left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you live and you learn to deal with it, and that's just kind of how we was. Like, we was always taught to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate sometimes. Mm-hmm. When punches are thrown, you're gonna get hit.
So, like, walk us through your fondest childhood memory. And look, the comments love you right now. Some of your favorite rappers don't get as many comments during a Legendary People podcast transmission. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So, like walk us through your fondest childhood memory.
It was a Christmas.
It got to be that one, yeah.
Got to be a Christmas, man. I was a wrestling fanatic. I still love wrestling.
I love wrestling too.
I still love wrestling to this day, man. I was
Nikita.
Man, listen.
She may want to get back in.
Listen.
But go ahead.
Much, man.
I got to.
Man, my mom, one year, like, you know, it's a bunch of stuff under the tree, but it ain't much for me, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one big box, though.
Yeah.
And my mom like, nah, you got to wait. I opened, like, I had, like, maybe 4 or 5 gifts, but I opened the
He can see our comments, by the way.
She had this big box, and when I opened up this box, bro, when I tell you it was so many wrestlers in this box.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it's like to hit the lottery for $1 million, but that had to be the closest thing to hitting the lottery.
That's hard.
Was to get Shawn Michaels and Roddy
Yeah, what?
in a box, bro.
In a box.
Man, listen, shout out to my mama, bro.
Sweet chin music.
Her and my pops, bro, put 1,000. It wasn't 1,000, but it felt like 1,000.
Close enough.
It was close enough.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it was 1,000 wrestling men in that box, man.
That's hard.
So that's one of my fondest memories right there.
Yeah, man. So I mean, since we're there, what is your worst childhood memory?
Worst childhood memory. At least being young. The first funeral I went to, I was only like 9 or 10 years old.
9. So like,
I lost my grandmother in '96.
Grandma. Shout out to Grandma Love for sure.
Yeah, I lost RIP to my grandmother Nancy.
For sure. So like, how old was you when you lost her?
I was about 9.
9. And you remember vividly?
I remember everything.
Yeah.
I remember her being alive, and then like, cause she battled with she was diabetic. She battled with diabetes and a bunch of other stuff. But I remember her being alive, being at home. I also remember visiting her in the nursing home. The next thing I remember is, you know, going to a funeral at like 9 or 10 years old. That would probably be, at least being young, that's probably one of the worst memories I remember having.
Word. So all right. So not to stay too much there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We go through the course of life and death, and that's certain things that paint who we are as a person. It kind of like, it's things that we can't take off of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody painted on us, it's stuck to us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's kind of where it is. So, how was middle school for you, and what middle school did you go to?
Shout out to McFarland. It ain't even
McFarland
ain't even
McFarland was in McFarland.
And they used to call it McDirty. All of us wasn't dirty.
Yeah.
My pops and them kept us together. So.
Tell me what the vibes was like at McFarland from your perspective.
McFarland was a jungle. McFarland was a jungle, man. You had to be, like, I ain't gonna say everybody was hard, but you had to be tough.
Okay.
To get and I played. That's when I played football in McFarland.
Okay.
So you know I got love, and that's when I found my love for rap. That was like the first time I started
putting bars together.
Putting bars together, rapping at lunch tables. That's where I met a couple of the pals and the Davises. Like
who are some of the people that are prominent?
Shout out to Nick Davis.
Nick Davis.
Nathan Davis. Nevin Davis.
Nigga, wait, nigga, did you name like 3 people or you name 1 person?
3 people.
Are they all related?
All related. They all related to the Powell family. Darren Powell.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they all
Deep Powell, yeah.
That's all they brother. You know what I'm saying?
I know Deep Powell.
I met a lot of them. Let me see. Man, it was so many of us on the football team. I met Coach Red at McFarland, who later on, you know, worked at Metal Deal. He ended up passing away from cancer. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul, for sure.
Man, I met a lot of good people at McFarland, man. McFarland was a real dope place.
So was football something like you found a bunch of interest in, or was it just something like just to pass the time? Because you did.
To be honest, my dad wanted me to play football.
Okay.
I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I'm not going. When I did play it, I loved it, but it wasn't. You know, it wouldn't have been my first choice. You know, I think it was cool, and then I got hurt my 8th grade year.
How?
In the middle of a scrum, broke some. I think the doctor called them growth plates in my wrist, and since I couldn't get down in the 3-point stands, I wasn't allowed to play. You know.
Wow.
So after that, that's when I really found my love for rap. Because I wasn't playing football no more, so rap started to take a lot more of my time.
So we always like to ask people who, you know what I'm saying, who find interest in music is, who were some of your early musical influences?
before I realized who I loved in rap for real, it was the Hot Boys.
Okay.
I used to tell people I was gonna be the 5th Hot Boy. Dead ass.
What Reese do would have been the 5th Hot Boy?
Man, I had, and this might show my age just a little bit.
Go ahead.
I had a Guerrilla Warfare on tape.
Okay.
And I played that motherfucker till
the fucking tape popped.
Till the springs popped off.
Yeah.
Like the boombox might have lit on fire.
Yeah.
Man, oh my God, bro. And then then when I found out how young Lil Wayne and Turk were, man, that
was motivation.
Man, I thought I was gonna be a hot boy. Them, my cousin, you know, you always got that one older cousin that put you on the stuff.
Of course, yeah.
My cousin Reese, she used to play Master P.
Yeah.
Ghetto Dope.
You got comment sections. Got comments going on.
What's up, Mark? Shout out. What's up? That's my guy, Mark. He always call me Maestro because the way I put words together.
Yeah, word.
But of course, you know, my pops was West Coast heavy, so like it was like Warren G was probably my favorite rapper at first.
Warren G, that's hard.
Warren G was probably my favorite rapper at first. I could probably rap Regulator frontwards and backwards.
Regulators, mount up.
Listen, I could probably rap Regulators, and then I don't know how many of y'all know about Big Mike.
Yeah.
But it was a rapper named Big Mike. Man, I ain't heard Big Mike in years. But, and my dad was a big E40 fan too. Sugar, that's my sister. Like, bro, wrangle me, man.
But
that, you know, like, so it was for real, man. It's crazy how my style ended up developing to what it is, because I was big on.
I just thought about that. You make it rain. Money ain't a thing. And I put that sprinkle on there, and now it makes sense. But that's later on in the interview, guys. Sorry.
But man, like I was West Coast heavy. You know, of course I love the Pox and the.
Of course.
But like just
gravitate towards music was a different
you know, like,
type of conversation.
But like the West Coast and the South, even though they didn't give the South respect like that, like Scarface, and matter of fact, one of the first songs I ever learned by heart was.
Somebody said, "What up?"
Oh yeah, that's shout out to my cousin Lil Bill. What up, Lil Bill?
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? I show love to the comment. The legendary comment section is on his page today. Shout out to the legendary comments. Y'all the legendary comment section today. Normally we put this on the Legendary People podcast, but we're doing a special thing for my bro Reese, because this is my bro. So y'all are the Legendary People section today. So keep showing love, keep commenting. We're gonna read every comment on here, man.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. Your bro put you on.
Man, Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
Damn, what's the Mind Playing Tricks on Me?
Yeah.
My Mind Playing Tricks on Me was one of the first songs I learned.
Oh God.
This year Halloween fell on the weekend.
Hey.
Me and Ghetto Boys trick or treating.
Hey.
Robbing little kids for bags. Man, come on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Come on. Like, and so like, you know, Scarface, man, you know, like I was a West Coast and a South guy, you know, at least, like I said, at least I probably got to high school and I met you.
So eventually you venture off to Meadowdale, which is the school that I went to as well. So salute.
Shout out to Meadowdale.
So what led to you going to Meadowdale? Was it sports or was it just where you wanted to go?
So you remember back then they used to send out the sheet.
Yeah, and they let you pick.
It was damn near like drafting.
Yep.
You pick and you put them in order from 1 to whatever it was, and they send you to whatever school. As long as they had openings, they'll send you there.
Yep.
All my cousins chose Meadowdale.
Okay.
So I chose Meadowdale. You know what I'm saying?
Ghetto jail. Man, high school was wild, man, because like when you come from junior high and you go to high school, you realize, first of all, you notice that the girls are developing. Way more developed.
Like, whoa, you wasn't just like that. You wasn't just like that in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I just saw you last summer.
Yeah.
I saw you last summer.
You wasn't like that. And then you realize that a lot of people you may have grown up with are starting to become somebody totally different.
Right.
You know, even if that's not who they end up being, they starting to become somebody totally different.
Yeah.
And
there you go, my nigga. You my co-host. So read the comment section when they pop up.
He definitely said, "Oh man, listen, that's Master P with a little bit of Tupac. I take it.
Word.
I take it. It's definitely some of that in there."
This is the first time I got a chance to ask somebody, what was your first impression of me? You the first person. You the first person to ever get his perspective.
Man, listen. So I had never been to a concert before, right?
Okay.
I'm in the 9th grade. You were, hey, what's up? What's up, Britt?
My best friend. What's good? Be down in the building.
Shout out to Britt.
Bestie, love you.
All
right. So first, nobody ever told me how they ever met me. This is the first time ever in Legendary People podcast somebody gets to find out what was their first.
He was terrible. I'm just fucking with you. But no, you were the first person I ever seen rock a crowd.
Word.
Because you were doing ciphers in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
And I had only rapped in class.
Okay.
I actually battled Kevin Clay in
Kevin Clay.
Shout out to
Kevin Clay. That's the bro. That's the bro.
Look, yeah, she right. We used to be freestyling at the lunch table.
Yeah.
But I battled Kevin Clay in Mr. Hurwitz's class.
That's hard. That's legendary.
And so Kevin Clay introduced me to Dame.
Yeah.
And when Dame introduced me to you, shout out to Dame the Great too.
Shout out to Dame the Great for sure, my nigga. Like that's the bro for sure.
Shout out to Dame the Great. And when I met you, you was rocking the lunchroom already.
Thank you.
I had never seen. Man, listen. When you only listen to music and never see it in person, it's different when you see somebody controlling half of the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Just with freestyling, because we wasn't writing that shit down.
Hell nah.
You know what I'm saying? So my first impression was like, yo, I gotta meet bro, and that's gotta be the homie.
That's hard, bro. That's hard.
Shout out to G Money too.
Shout out to G Money.
Man, me and G Money go back.
G Money on the beat.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna come up later on, but me
you
and
know who made the beat.
Listen, shout out to G Money. That's my dog.
For sure.
But
shout out to bro. He got a legendary interview as well.
Yeah. But so man, I just wanted to meet you, and I had a class with your sister.
Sissy.
I had
shout out to Sissy, man. I love you, sis.
I had a class. Shout out to her. She was real cool people, man.
Yeah.
And I seen you and her talking one day, and I'm like, when I heard you say you was about to go to lunch, and so I'm going to lunch too. I'm like, man, this is
you know what I'm doing at lunch.
So like I'm like,
I ain't eating. I'm in there.
Yeah, listen. So I'm
battle rapping. Let's get it popping.
I'm going to the table, and soon I'm just stand there until I get a chance.
Yeah.
And when I get a chance, I'm wrecking shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I knew what I really was doing then.
Right.
But I knew I planned on wrecking shit.
Right.
And man, like, no bullshit. I got it. And when I got it, I damn near didn't want to give it back.
That's hard.
Because it was different, man. You know, high school also separates you from your friends because y'all all go to different classes. Y'all go to, even though you do it in junior high, it's a small pond. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you may not eat lunch with none of your friends.
Facts.
And so like, man, we got the rocking at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying?
And read that big comment. I can't read it from here. That's all on the big screen.
I think you should have been signed a long time ago. You can hang with the best, hands down. Rock that motherfucker.
Look,
he want me to freestyle on the show. Look,
I said, yo, y'all know our endings. We gonna play an instrumental. We about to go in like old school. But so thank you so much for that. But like, I'm gonna give you my perspective from that point because I'm gonna do your butterfly fleck later. But at that point in time, bro, it was like you fit right in. Like it wasn't like we needed to bring you along. You already had your stuff together. Like you already had your punches together, your bars was together. It was super fucking dope. So smash your stuff though, legendary interview. So bro, like to see you in the middle of you doing your thing, bro, was one of the dopest things ever, bro. Because I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, like once, you know what I'm saying, you put it all together, you be what you are today. And that's what I always felt about you. So when I was not really a big bro to you, like during that point, because I was a person that was there before you. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider that being big bro. I was a person that was already there, already rocking out. I was like, for me, I was one class above you. Yeah. So I was already rocking out.
Right.
So to bring you along, it wasn't to bring you along. You came in, you was battling niggas, you was chopping niggas' heads off. Right. Like, it wasn't like we didn't have to make room for you. You made room for yourself. It was the dopest thing ever, and I think you probably never heard me tell you that. You did not. We didn't make room for you. You made room for your fucking self, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Trav.
Trav, bro, get your Instagram back, bro, please.
Listen, we started a campaign. Give Trav his Instagram back. The Double Tap King.
The Double Tap King.
Give Trav his Instagram back.
You will never see a big booty picture and Trav ain't liked it already. I swear to God. Listen. I swear on Jesus sandals, nigga. Everybody, you see any big booty and you go through the likes, Trav is in there.
Yeah, shout out to Trav.
Shout out to Trav, bro. That's the fucking bro, man. Yeah. So like during this time, are you recording yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm not, man. I actually am not. I hadn't even learned how to write yet, bro.
Okay.
Listen. The first rap I ever wrote was Reese, dude, guaranteed to leave you sleepy, dude. That was the first. That's when shout out to Mr. Hurwitz again, who came up with the after school program where we got the rap after school. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, like that was the first time I had ever wrote. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to keep it going after that. It took a while for me to actually learn how to use, like, to actually be able to write. Right. Because I was quick. You know what I'm saying? So like the freestyling was easy, man. Like writing was hard. Now it's kind of reversed. Now I could write with no problem though. So
I mean, like, you spoke about your about how you was a student during that time. What kind of student were you during this time when it come to high school? Because I never know that. Like, now as an adult, I want to ask you. Like,
at Meadowdale, I still was.
Read it.
He said y'all ain't shit.
Trav, shout out to Trav.
Trav, you know what?
Double Tap Trav, that's your new nickname. Double Tap Trav, get your Instagram back, Brody.
Trav got on me earlier for throwing a stray at Applebee's on one of the drinks.
Shout out to Trav, Double Tap Trav, we love you, bro.
Trav got on me, bro.
Yeah,
but
Double Tap Trav.
Man, I was still like, man, I had like, I think when I left Middledale, my grade point average was like a 3.5.
Word.
Like I said, I never liked school, but I was good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just something that I was naturally good at.
So we like to ask legends here is if you could go back, what was one thing that you were good at, or certain little pathways of things that you saw greatness in that you could have been good at if it wasn't rap? What one thing, if you think you put your complete focus in, you'd be completely great at if it wasn't music?
Probably be teaching. I probably would have been.
That's hard.
I probably would have been some type of. At one point in my life, I thought about becoming like a teacher.
That's hard.
I probably would have been like some type of English teacher. I've always loved words. I've always loved words. I've always loved the way they connect. I've loved poetry. I could have seen me being like language artist.
Yeah, bro. You gotta be my co-star too. You gotta read it.
Brent, listen. So we went bowling last night.
Wait. Read it.
Brittany said, "I thought you was lying at bowling." Okay, 3.5. I told her.
Everybody know Brittany was overbound. One of the smartest people I ever met in my life is my best friend Brittany.
Shout out to Brittany. Last night I told her, I said, you was like that top 3% class. I was like in the 10% though.
Facts.
I was nice.
Why she think she don't know? Like, she know a bunch of geniuses, bro.
Listen, I'm not IB nice, but I'm nice.
I'm BI nice. I'm BI nice.
Listen, shout out to April. Like, April graduated with me too.
Shout out to April.
I appreciate that. I think I would have been a great teacher, man.
Yeah.
I think,
for
you
sure.
know.
Shout out to legendary comment section. Y'all going nuts. I love y'all. Keep going.
I appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. But so being a teacher, other things that you see today, they ain't gonna stop. I love this. So being a teacher, is there anything that you would have seen today that you could have like incorporated with what you know now with like rapping, like putting the rapping and being a teacher together? Do you think that could have been
I probably would have been viral.
Oh, that's hard.
I probably would have been viral. I probably would have been a rapping teacher, to be honest. Team IB. Okay then, yeah, y'all was rocking though.
Yeah.
Y'all was
Y'all
was in y'all class, smarter than everybody, you know.
So eventually, you know what I'm saying, you graduate high school.
Yeah.
What is your plans after high school?
Man, my mother and father wanted me to go to college.
Okay.
My
And what was your plans?
To honestly, I did not know.
Okay. That's honest.
I started fucking around in the streets then, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I went on a nice little run and made a couple bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Was rapping though, like, and I was actually starting to write then too.
Okay.
Like actually starting to put together songs, and then this is when like smacking them were becoming prominent.
Oh God.
And so like battle raps actually taught me how to write, like actually put my punchlines on paper.
There you go.
Because I was able to take that formula, and it was easier for me to write that way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I didn't realize that those, that's not how you put songs together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was, I was writing, and then my pops and my uncle took me to Mo Beats.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded my first mixtape at Mo Beats.
R.I.P. Mo Beats, man.
R.I.P. Mo Beats, man. And so my, and I remember like Mo showing me like big love. Mo was,
Shout to Mo.
it was welcoming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it.
Tell me one of your fondest memories of Mo.
Man, Mo, like, I never forget, I was rapping, and I didn't know nothing about song structure or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just knew, like, I wrote bars, I wrote hooks. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, like, about 16s and all that. So, my father ended up teaching, because my father raps too.
Oh, word.
Yeah, my father raps too, and so like he taught me how to do an 8 count and come up with a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2 4 counts pretty much, but so like I never forget I was rapping and like it was time for the hook and Mo stopped like whoa what is you doing? And I'm like I still got more. He like nah man no we we gonna do this right.
Yeah.
And I think at the time I was at my rawest. So I think Mo was trying to catch lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My biggest regret though was never going back and working more with Mo. You know what I'm saying?
So did you feel discouraged to a certain like degree because like I recorded Mo before and like Mo gave like for instance like how I rap.
Yeah.
Punchline. I'm the punchline champion. You want to put it like that? Like, and it's not me just waving my flag. This is what people already like regarding me as. Mo will see that and be like, you messed up one word, like, and like literally like send you all the way back to do it all over because you messed up on one word when you.
Mo is the reason I do that now. When I record verses,
that's hard.
If I mess up at the end, I'm doing the whole verse over. I don't punch in.
Yeah. Well, so be my co-host and read that long comment right there.
Do you think strong structure exists anymore with the current state of hip hop? Seems like a continuous run of a sentence now.
That is a good point. I listened to a song on my way out here today, and it was by 42 Doug.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do like the sentence structure because I do like rapid punches. Like for instance, so like if you rap like this, I rap, pap, cap. I'm like, yo, that's trash. Yeah. But now they're doing rap when I'm capping it. Sentence is happening. Sentence is happening. Sentence is happening. I'm like. It may seem like gibberish, but if you break down the punches, I like it better.
Okay, so like the longer hip hop has been around, like hip hop being around a little longer, a lot of our what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of our attention spans are shorter, so they're structuring the songs to be shorter. Sometimes it does sound like a run-on sentence just because of the way the syllables are put together.
Right.
Like if I say kappa, rapper, tapper, that it sounds like a run-on sentence.
Right.
Because the motherfucker ain't gonna go be in and go comma.
Right.
Comma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the way they're stacking words nowadays. So it can sound like a run-on sentence, but I still think there's strong song structure. I will say there are different types of song structure in music now. Everybody doesn't rap 3/16s or 2/16s, hook, bridge. Nowadays, some songs are just
Well, like especially how like Griselda rap, like I done seen them going back and forth, and I'm like, yo, he spit 8. The other dude spit 16. Like Westside cheat.
Yeah, he do.
Westside a cheater, bro.
Gun is.
Westside will drop like 8. Other nigga drop 16.
He's special though.
Yeah.
Westside special.
Yeah, he got the voice. Yeah,
you know
he got the voice.
Like, and that's true. And even with this, just think of some of the hottest songs we've had.
Rap should be ambiguous.
Yeah.
It should not be constricted to just 8 bars. I think producers could make it more creative for us rather than having this. Okay, I'm waiting on the hook.
Yeah,
like it shouldn't be that. It should be
songs like Hot Nigga and Ooh.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we love those songs, but there's no real hook or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and those became hits
for sure.
You know what I'm saying. Like I think it depends on the artist and also subject matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just think if some rappers you don't want to hear a 16 from.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
Some rappers a 12 or 8.
I don't want to see you on what was it called? The I 95 freestyle.
Yeah.
Is the name of it?
Yeah.
I want to see you on there. I want to see you on Sway in the morning. I want to see you on these certain platforms. I just want to hear you in the club.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like.
Tastemaker.
And vice versa. You don't want to hear a lot of times.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. You don't want.
I still got it. Okay.
Listen, I know you do. You don't want to hear Nas in the club.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be in the club, and I know I can't be what I want to be. Come on, you know what I'm saying? I'm not there. You know, like so. And that's not saying Nas may not have club records,
right?
You know, but that's saying certain songs. It's all up to I think it's up to the listener's preference.
So shout out to Legendary Comment Section, but listen, I do great at my job. I'm still right where we're supposed to be at. I bookmark it, right? So like after high school, what is your next plan? What is your goal? What are you doing during this time of your life?
My goal is to get a record deal now.
Okay.
Because now I've worked with Mo a couple times.
Yes.
My pops put the battery in my bag.
Yeah.
I know I'm dope. I need cleaning up, of course.
Yeah.
At the time, I was Young Reese the Natural.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh. Young Reese the Natural was your name.
Young Reese the Natural was the name.
Young Reese Nasty.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But at the time, I'm Young Reese the Natural. I'm only, like at the course, I can't buy no beats. I'm only rapping on instrumentals.
Right.
And I want to figure out a way to get signed. But I'm not really doing anything to help forward my music career. I just know I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? I go buy a studio mic, and we build a
makeshift studio.
Makeshift studio with our pop filter spit guard was made out of a wired hanger and a stocking.
Real nigga activities.
Activities, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
So
humble beginnings all happen.
We now this is the era of the DBMs, the Diamond Cut. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple more BBM. All them.
Yeah.
We used to call ourselves the BBC. We was the Big Bruh Clique.
So who was a part of this Big Bruh Clique?
It was me, Coogee. Shout out to Coogee.
Coogee baby, man.
Coogee baby.
Free Coogee baby.
Free Coogee baby. My nigga Randy. And it was a couple more of us, man. I'm sorry I forgot your name.
It's nothing against y'all. Y'all just weren't prominent enough. You feel me? Like even like a 16 didn't hit. Like
Trav called me the nasty.
The nasty natural. Trav called you the nasty natural.
Trav trouble.
We going to the boy. Post that inside of the group chat. Don't post it on this legendary pod.
Listen, some stuff stay in between the fingers.
Yeah, bro. Like, hit the group chat, bro.
Ever since the nigga lost his Instagram, he don't know how to act.
Yeah. But you nasty for losing your Instagram password, little nasty. Shout out to Trav, bro. I love you, King.
But and then I created a group within that group called the Fly Guys.
Okay.
And it was me, my cousin Weeze, aka Big Wayne Choo Choo Train, aka Big Weeze Lemon Squeeze, aka Austin Powers because he be dumping bitches off the shag. Then my boy K Smooth.
Shout out to K Smooth.
Man, who's man, got a lovely family, bro. You doing your thing right now.
Yeah.
And man, we did a CD, like came out with CDs and everything. We did a project. It was called Birth of a Dynasty.
Birth of a Dynasty.
Birth of a Dynasty. And man, we did it in a little makeshift studio. We thought we was gonna get on, but at the time I'm also hustling too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like trying to just making a little money. Nothing too crazy, but seen some things, been through some things.
Working.
Trying to keep my head above water. I'm also at the time working at a corner store, and around the corner from my house, and I'm making a little money there. I pretty much tried to have my hand in a little bit of everything.
Right.
Man, I got good with that. Got in good with my Arab brothers. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they was like, "Yo, we just need you to come to the store," and I did that for a little while, man, and like I said, I made music. We did the project, and then I slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Music slowed down for me.
Yeah.
I think I kind of lost passion for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody does when you.
Of course.
When you love something, you quit 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like.
When you love something so much and then you don't get the love back, you just feel like you putting too much into something that you ain't putting the actual energy to get it back.
Yeah, so
I understand that shit like 100%.
Yeah, so it's always been. I ain't gonna say a love-hate because it's a love-love relationship.
So like, what were the roles that led to you coming back into music? Was this tied into like your brother's situation? Respectfully, of course.
So I met a guy named Icon, aka at the time he used to call himself Trap. A guy named Eric.
Shout out to Eric.
And he was making beats.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting with this guy named Malachi that used to be part of Street Slang Entertainment.
Shout out to Street Slang, man. Shout out to Street Slang,
Malachi,
bro.
fresh off a tour with
Malachi, bro.
Yeah.
Malachi took me to my very first industry meeting. I met Kevin Sean from Jive Records. Shout out to him, bro. He's a real dude, bro.
Shout out to Malachi. Man.
And Miss E.
Miss E, yeah.
Miss E.
His wife, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have a studio out in Fairborn.
For sure.
And
shout out to them.
That was my first time after Mo being in another real studio.
Yeah.
And the love started to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The love started to come back. And we was working on this project I had called Up. And at this time I had just met my lady who later on became my wife. You know what I'm saying? And like we was.
Shout out to her. You feel me?
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the queen.
Shout out to my queen.
Shout out to Queen Reese.
Queen Reese.
There you go. You got a new name on the podcast, baby.
But I was going to the studio on a regular basis. Going to the studio on a regular basis. And,
you back hungry at this point.
Yeah. So now, I'm talking to my older brother and I'm telling him like, yo, I think, I think I'm on to something.
Yeah.
I think, and then that was the time of, the Wiz Khalifa Currency.
Yeah.
That wave.
Yeah.
At that point, that wave it came.
Weed wave.
Yeah. That's
keep it a buck.
Yeah, the weed wave it came.
Yeah, the weed wave.
So I loved what they were doing. It wasn't just punchlines. It was just talking about your regular life, regular shit.
Comment section, yeah. Be my
You
co-host.
know I'm gonna shout her out, Brittany. She said
read it.
Yes, that's my friend. Shout her out. She know I'm gonna shout her out though. That's,
yeah. Come on.
That's my backbone.
Yeah, you feel me? And Mama Reese is holding it down in her quadrant. Yeah. Okay, you guys are all right. We got it.
So we it was just talking about like that era was just talking about everyday regular shit, kicking with your homeboys, and I knew I wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. And me and my brother was talking about it. He like, and he realized what was going on, and we just kept talking about us trying to figure out a way to get it to work. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So at the time, then now.
Wait. I'm gonna pause your story. What were some of the things that bro was telling you during that time?
Like, don't give up. Keep going. He also was one of the reasons why I stopped hustling too.
Okay.
And he didn't like. He was like, nah, you know, you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And he was hustling, and he was the ones. He like my brother. Like what a lot of people don't know.
Give some light, bro. Like
yeah, my brother paid for a lot of stuff. That
what bro name, bro?
Shout out to Rodney Brooks, aka
Rodney
Black
Brooks,
Mac.
man. Black Mac,
And,
man. Love you, King.
Yeah, and
love
so
you to life.
He was paying. You know, he was paying for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if I would go places with Malachi and them, and I didn't have the dough, you know, bro would you know stall me out. You know what I'm saying? He would look out, and then bro got murdered.
So like, what were the situation that surrounded that situation where you lost your brother?
Man, so at the time I'm working at Walmart. My mom calls me.
Shout out to Walmart, man.
Yeah, Wally World.
Walmart legendary, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to legendary Walmart, bro. They been hiring niggas for a minute, bro.
Man, listen, and I didn't do shit at Walmart. I just want to.
I don't never do shit at work. I don't never do shit at work.
I lived by the moniker FTS. They would ask me to do something.
What FTS?
They would ask me to do something. I would be like, "Fuck that shit." I was not doing.
That's all.
Listen, I was like, down on the back. I would never hire me, bro.
You would never hire you.
I was an hour late every day. I'm taking.
You would never hire you.
I would never hire me, bro.
Right, bro. That's all.
I would never hire me. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to y'all hiring niggas, man. Shout out to Walmart hiring niggas.
I appreciate Walmart. They gave me my first real job.
Oh God, no.
And I stayed there for about 3 or 4 years.
Right.
It was literally some of the most fun I ever had in my life, though, bro.
My first job was the best job I ever had. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Listen.
Besides the job I have today.
Listen, I got a homeboy that work at Walmart still, so I ain't gonna say his name.
Shout out to bro.
But we definitely
Walmart bro.
We definitely worked right next to each other.
Yeah.
And we literally did nothing.
Boy, Brittany here. Brittany know her first job. Taco Bell, nigga. We was killing them tacos. Yeah, I was killing them tacos. I was a taco king. Fuck up for the kill me. Nigga, I was the taco king. Nobody was faster than me. And like, nigga, rip that shit up out the window. All right,
man. So,
all right.
Where was we at? What were we talking
about?
Yeah,
we talking about the road that led to your brother's demise.
That nigga was the Taco King. I remember that. Like, you remember the line between Love and Hate when bro was the Chicken King?
Yeah. I was the Taco King.
You was the Taco King. So,
oh God in them.
Man, my mom called me and she like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? She like, nah, I need you to walk away.
Damn.
And I'm like, all right. You know, of course, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And she like, yo, your dad went over to visit your brother and the door was cracked. Your dad found your brother dead.
Oh my God.
On the ground. RP to my brother. Shout out to my pops, because
shout out to pops,
that's some shit
for sure.
in itself. You know what I'm saying?
So go see your son.
Yeah, and when you find him, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like the first thing I did was call my pops.
Mm-hmm.
Call my pops, and then as I was talking to him, I blacked out.
But wait, what was Pop's reaction when you called?
Man, he was so calm, bro.
Yeah.
He was so it was an eerie calm, and I think it was because it was me calling.
Okay.
Like if it would have been like my mom calling or something,
he probably more erratic.
Yeah, he probably would have. You know, the emotions would have spilled. But me myself, I think he was like, you know, as a father, you know this being a father. You know, your job is to never let your kids see you sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of your jobs at least.
Hey.
And we needed that laugh. Brittany said Taco Bell, baby, most fun I ever had.
Love you best, man. You are the best for sure.
But man, so, it was he was super calm, and I remember blacking out. And I remember my boss at Walmart saying like, "Yo, you know, like we love you, bro. Like, go home." He was like, he said I threw a punch at like our work lockers, and he said they shifted like 3 or 4 inches over.
So I want to wait for a second just to like get that part in a moment, because like the fact is like you don't even have consciousness to remember that you actually did that.
No.
The fact that someone else will be there to catalog what happened shows what you went through mentally. Like you literally did black out.
Yeah. That might have been one of those, and I always say that of course that was one of the most somber moments of my life. But that was one of his most scariest moments too, just because I don't remember anything else. I just remember my boss, and I think it was the fact that he was like, instead of being a boss, he was on some big brother shit. Like, yo, like embrace me. And man, I remember breaking down right by our time clock. I remember breaking down.
Damn.
That's when I came back too. He embraced me and I broke down. And man, I just had to get home. And I got home and
Man, wait. Shout out to Walmart, man. Shout out to the brothers there, bro. Because like a lot of people don't get a chance to tell people how much they meant to you in your life, because I done been in situations where people done held me down and I ain't get a chance to tell them like thank you. So like
I appreciate that manager, man.
Do you want to give them some light and some love?
Shout out to Rami, man. I appreciate you, Rami. They used to call him the Walmart God.
Oh, word!
Yeah, because
that's hard.
He
then.
was the store manager that they would bring in when shit was slow, and he would flip it and turn it. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Rami was the man.
Shout out to Rami,
Shout
man.
out to Rami, man. And
for sure.
Man, like, you know, of course he the manager, so you know you gonna get some hate. You know what I'm saying? Because you the manager.
Yeah.
But man, he embraced me and he showed me love.
So would you say like after that happened, would that reinvigorate your rap career in a certain like respect? Because you know, like bro had the most regard for you. Like bro, keep going. Like he was the one that was the catalyst, the person holding the flag for you, saying, bro, keep going. Yeah. Was that the defining factor that turned you to the point where like right now you know Legendary People podcast, so you became legendary?
I was done. That was the first time like, you know, you say you done all the time, but no, I was done. I remember my partner, the same one I was telling you about, Eric, picking me up and forcing me to go to the studio, and I sat in, like, the way the Fairborn studio was, there was a door that you walked in and there was the actual studio equipment. And on the outside was a couch, and I remember like he was playing music and they're trying to get me to come in, and I wouldn't go in there.
Word.
I remember sitting on the couch like bawling, and he's like, you know, I'm a big dude. He snatched me up like, bro, you gotta get up.
Yeah.
You got, like, he forced me back in there, but I was like, fuck that. I was just gonna go get a regular job and take care of my family, because at this point I'm also engaged.
Word.
I'm also engaged now. And bro was supposed to be, you know, you know what I'm saying? So and so like
bro.
You know, so now I'm engaged and you know, I'm replaying, you know, just you know, now I'm on my man, I want to hurt somebody.
Word.
Now I just want to hurt somebody.
Word.
And you know, that night after that studio session, I wrote a song about it, and I had a dream about my brother that night, and we had a conversation. We literally had a conversation, recalling our whole life.
The name of the song?
And it's called it's called Insomnia Addict.
Insomnia Addict, yeah, I heard that, yeah.
And at the end of the song, I tell you, like, I asked my brother, like, who did it? Yeah. And he would not tell me who did it. And he was like, I don't want you, you know, in so many words, he said, I don't want you to live your life worried about that. You got bigger things to pretty much take care of.
Do you feel like that's true?
Yeah. Because I feel like, bro, I could have dwelled on it, but ain't no telling where that would have took me. Cause I remember at one point at the funeral staring at everybody, like ready to, like, yo, I need to know where he going. I need to know where he going. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. You know what I'm saying? It was tough, man. And so, man, I think I chose the right path. I definitely think I chose the right path. Cause like I said, I don't know what type of dark road I would have led down to.
All right, so, man, bro, like, salute to your brother, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to every angel carrying this, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that to me I feel is dear to my heart, because I've been through the same situation. I've been on both sides of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, to hear you say that, it shows me that I'm on the right path, especially when I get a chance to build this platform where you can vocalize that and like say that, because a lot of people don't understand, like, when they're like, for instance, everybody glorify the shooter until you're on the other side of it.
Right.
Like, I done seen people who've been sitting there and then shot everything up, and then when the people get shot up, they sit there saying, I hope the police find answers.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
So to be on the other side of that, man,
Yeah.
and for you to still be solid during that that type of exchange, bro, I salute you, man. Let's get into something cute, man, something happy, man. Cruising One.
Yeah.
Cruising One. So is that your first album that you put together, or was it one before that?
The one before that, it was a project I did. The project I did right before Cruising One was a project called Autopilot.
Okay.
Excuse me. And it was the first time I'd ever used. I did mostly instrumentals, but it was the first time I'd ever used original beats. And I did Autopilot, and
you got a comment, bro? Like you ain't doing a good job of being
oh man,
like co-host.
listen, we was in the that.
Yeah. I mean,
shout out to my bro, Steven. Oh yeah, Live from the Gutter. We did that.
Live from the Gutter.
Live from the Gutter. That was on the driveway.
Yeah.
Shout out to my bro. Thank you, Britt. Thank you. Man, listen, I just hope it helps somebody else. I always tell people. I never lie to people and tell people like when people go through terrible losses or just losses period. I never tell people it's going to be okay. Damn. I always tell people my exact thing I always say is I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's going to be okay, but I will tell you it does get easier. I can't tell you how long it'll take. I can't tell you when it'll happen, but I will tell you this: it does get easier. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I just don't know how long your tunnel is. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah, some people get over it in 6 months. Some people it take 6 years. Some people they never get over it.
That's hard, man.
So I, like I just hope, how I got through things, you got through things. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard, bro.
But
thank you for that as well.
No problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
So Cruising One.
Cruising One comes, and Cruising One was the first time I ever just did 5 songs EP. I was sitting, not doing music, and was like, man, I need to get music done.
Yeah.
So I dropped Cruising One, and I get a lot of love, and that's how I end up meeting my boy. What's my boy's name? He used to work with Mo. Dre.
The one that's
Dre Meezy.
Dre Meezy.
That's how I end up.
Dre Meezy. What's that clip called? Man, we already interviewed him, bro. Like he's legendary. Yeah.
But that's how I ended up meeting bro and
Dream On.
Yep.
Dream On.
And he
shout out to Dream On, man. The legendary Dream On.
He always showed love to me, bro, and I appreciate him for that, man. And
so, did you come to the legendary Westwood garage, or you was somewhere cute?
I was somewhere cute. I ain't even bicker with you. But
yeah,
I also after Cruising One, I was able to do KD Dollar. Shout out to KD Dollar.
Shout out to KD Dollar, yeah, for sure. Legendary.
I was able to do
legendary KD Dollar.
I was able to do KD Dollar used to have a DA TV show.
Yep.
I was able to do KD Dollar's TV show, and KD Dollar used to have this part of his show where you would freestyle like Rap City.
Yeah.
And so I freestyle and
getting your shit off.
Getting my shit off, and I ain't gonna lie, I let loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to.
But KD Dollar's on Twitter. So at the same time, Eric B from Eric B and Rakim, sees it. Yeah. Wants my phone number. I contact, I send. He sends him my number. He calls me. I still got Eric B's number on my phone to this day.
That's hard.
I got to have conversations with Eric B. And Scarface too. Scarface. One time it was a 3-way call with me, Eric B, and Scarface. And,
that's hard.
And it just, Eric B wanted, we wanted to work together. Mentally, I wasn't in the right place though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To become a man, you got to put away childish things. I was still on a lot of, not understanding that this man is running a business.
Yes.
And I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And of course, I dwell on that whether I should, but I think it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
So you led right, bro. I don't know if you read my script before we got here, but you led right into this as we are like brothers, man. You led. So Here on the Legendary People Podcast, we had a thing where we, like, me and Smet are taking donations for this thing that we're building, which is going to be this astronomical thing that we're putting together, which is going to be like a time machine, right?
Yeah.
But in a time machine, you better go in this interview and go back to a younger version of yourself. Where would you go back in your life, and what would you whisper in the younger version of yourself's ear, and where would you go? Like,
I definitely think I would go back to the whole Eric B situation. I think
and what would you say to yourself?
like, yo, get on your shit. Do this right. Like, no matter how you gotta figure it out, do it. Like,
So no other earlier stage of your life.
that you know, of course you want to. I would love to change my brother's death. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I was
Death is certain.
Yeah, death is certain. I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
But I also wish I would have went and been with Mo a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have learned a lot early. You know what I'm saying? I would have learned a lot of things that I could have, of course, I'm learning now, of course. And you know, and I know now, but I would have learned it early, so I could have picked up a lot of more momentum and steam.
Momentum, nigga, that's a bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk your shit, nigga. Talk your shit, Reese.
Man, listen,
Nigga say, nigga talk bars.
I'm just here, man. I don't want no smoke, man.
Word.
You know, but you know, and you know, I think just always, you know, every time just being like, don't be discouraged, bro.
Yeah.
Things will happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Word. So recent, you know what I'm saying? I seen, like, of course, just Denver Broncos fan. You love Denver Broncos. We're not going to go down that road today with me wearing this hat.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you also went on a weight loss journey as well.
Yeah.
And to me, I found that being really, really profound. Like, talk to us about the weight loss journey like you've been on, and where you start at and where you currently at.
So
and you can read your comments too if you got one. Make this nigga the fucking coat. Look at me making a fucking look. This is my brother. I can make him work. It don't matter. Like, conversation. Take a point away from me because I'm making the guests work, right? But yeah. So like the weight loss journey.
You know, it was. Man, I had a partner that had a heart attack. And RP to my partner Kent Griffin, man.
RP Kent Griffin.
Man, he had a heart attack, and you know, he passed away. He was a big guy also. And man, he was young, man. He was real young. Like, I don't even know if he was in his 30s yet. You know, so once that happened, you know, I used to tell my wife, like, you know, you always say you're gonna start it, and you know, one time I think I went to the doctor and I just was like, I seen the scale and wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we're gonna change it. And so I did this. I did a 60-day challenge.
So wait, so like we're gonna roll. Like, what was the scale reading when you went down there? Like, to at least catalog your journey.
Man, I was in the upper threes, almost at 4. Okay. And I was a big dude, like a real big
380, 390s. Yeah, you in that part.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. It got bad for me.
Okay.
Now I'm on high blood pressure medicine and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I was, I had to change it, bro. I had to change it, and so.
What were some of the things or methods that you used to kind of lose weight? I seen you playing basketball. What was?
I was clowning. You see that?
Yeah. What?
Nice.
What? Yeah.
Listen, hey.
That jumper nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
I have to guard you.
I need to come and do the 3-point contest, Chop. Shout out to Chop. Shout out to my boy Chicken Chop. Chop. I need to come do the 3-point challenge.
Yeah.
And if it don't look good, don't record it. Like, delete the video. Delete all that shit.
Right.
But
yeah.
Man, I did a 60-day challenge just to see if I could.
And what was the challenge exactly?
Just working out 60 days straight. No sweets, no sugars, no bread. Lots of water, no fried food.
Yeah.
And
how hard was that?
Man, it actually wasn't hard at all, bro.
Okay.
To me, like, well, so like when you grow up around people that are athletes, you naturally take on a lot of those tendencies. And when, like I said, I play football, so the athletic part wasn't hard. Man, my Achilles heel is potato chips, bro.
Word?
Potato, like I could live off.
You are Superman, but potato chips is like your kryptonite.
Yeah, I could live off.
Bring your ass down.
I could live off Doritos if wifey would let me.
Now, to negate you too much, like I'm too much of a nerd to not tell you this type of fact, right?
Yeah.
So if you were in the woods, right, you could take Dorito chips, set them on fire, and create a fire with Dorito chips. Do you know that?
That's because they fire, bro.
That's a bar.
Because they fire, bro.
So, all right. So Dorito chips is your Achilles heel.
That is, bro.
All right. So, like, that was the hardest thing to give up.
Chips probably was the hardest thing to give up. Pop wasn't hard.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about
None
pop.
of that shit, like.
I'm an aquaholic.
Yeah, bro. I like that. Aquaholic. I'm going to use that.
No, you're not before I fucking brand it and get t-shirts made.
Well,
Shout out to T-Shirt King 24/7.com.
But, yeah, man, the chips was the hardest, but I did a 60 days straight.
Yeah.
And I built new habits.
Yeah.
And once I built new habits, the shit came to me easy.
I seen it draw off you like butter, which didn't make sense to me. I'm like, bruh, like, you know, like, you want to check in with your bro if he losing weight too fast. You're like, yo, you good, bro? He's like, are you good? Like, yo, like, you need a couple of dollars? What's going on with your wifey?
Man, put your mans on.
Yeah.
Put your mans on. You know what I'm saying? It was, yeah, man, that shit was dropping off of me, bro.
Word.
And, man, so now I work out every day now.
That's hard.
I work out every day.
That's hard.
And, I lost probably about 90, almost 90 pounds.
Yeah, bro.
Almost 90 pounds.
That's legendary within itself.
Yeah.
We have people that come on this podcast who lost 20 pounds and be like, yo, congratulations. You heard that lost 90 pounds, bro. I'm going to tell you personally, bro, congratulations, bro. Like, that is an achievement within itself.
Thank you. And thank you, April. April is a workout. She was one of the first people that that's my wife.
Shout out to the wife. Hey!
First, April said y'all did a good job. Thank you, April. April is one of the.
We not done yet. Listen, I can still fuck this interview up. I promise you, I still can.
Fuck you. You told me I was reading the comments. I was reading the comments. And my wife said he tried to get skinny so he could leave me, and I was ready to kick someone's ass. But she was right with me. She was with me shooting in the gym.
Right.
Like, y'all see the video.
Shout out to wifey, man. Shout out to wifey.
She was shooting in the gym, man.
So, like, okay, like, that's the cute part. So now it turned into the point where, you know what I'm saying, like, right now, I ain't gonna lie. You are the most litest I've seen you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about that. Like, how does it feel to be lit right now? Like, everybody checking in, everybody tapping in. Your shit getting streamed like crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Your last video did numbers. Like, what does it feel like to be that dude, the young Reese dude? What you said to yourself in that back room to finally being that person in real life?
By the way, before I answer that question, Dashes, you and Jeremy Stubblefield and Q Stone, RP Q Stone, was the one that gave me the name Reese the Dude. Reese the Dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. I appreciate that.
Thank you,
know
bro.
What I'm saying?
Thank you, Ken.
Also, shout out to Brittany. She said y'all the one who motivated me.
Thank
Brittany
you,
is on her weight loss journey right now as well.
Yeah, doing amazing.
Killing it.
Killing
it. She, and man,
no alarm clock needed.
Yeah,
she already on there.
She motivates me as well. But man, it's different because I'm such a humble guy. You know what I'm saying?
You are, bro.
I am one of those people that it still shocks me that one person will listen to anything I say. Of course, Nigga,
I'm the one person I always listen.
Yeah, listen, you do. And
be shocked by two people listening, because one person's always me.
Listen, so man, like when people show me love, man, it's still weird to me, bro. Like, okay. I will say this, like, shout out to Moves Media. I did the Moves Media freestyle.
That was hard.
And I fucking
hard.
I ran through it, and that was I called my bro Shay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shay. He in the studio. He a background guy.
Oh, God, in there.
He don't fuck around with the fuck.
He talk a lot off camera. He don't say shit on camera.
He'd kill when
Shout out to bro. Yeah, bro. Y'all niggas be in 2 trunks fucking with him.
Listen,
2 trunks, not 1 trunk, 2 trunks. They got different directions.
They got the beard.
Your torso will be in Arizona. Your fucking legs will be in fucking Mexico. Quit playing with bro.
Arm, leg, arm, head. Like so. But
Carter one.
Respectfully.
But I told bro, I said, man, I told my wife, I said, man, this is the first time I've ever had a I'm proud of me moment. Because I was able to sit back and watch the shit even before a comment came for that. You know what I'm saying? I was able to sit back and watch the shit and be like, yo, man, you went in there and you did that. Like,
yeah,
you did that. And it should have been 1 take, but my phone fucked it up because it beat, you know. But it should have been 1 take. But I'm taking the W. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the W on that. I don't give myself, you know, for somebody who says, I always tell people small victories lead to large victories.
Oh, God, I know.
Like right now, it's the NBA playoffs. You can't win a series till you win 4 games.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? So I took that and was like, yo, that's one of the small victories you always talk about. And, you know, that led to me and Chop doing the lap.
It's hard.
You know what I'm saying? We did the lap. And, man, that motherfucker blew up. Yeah. Like, in, like, 2 days, it did, like, 2,000 views, bro. Like, just, you know what I'm saying, just from all these shares, all these, you know what I'm saying? Like, from a nigga who really didn't have, like, I was doing my thing, but I really didn't have no momentum. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was coming in, I would pop in, you know, drop something off, bang out, like your favorite uncle. You know, your favorite uncle pull up, give you money, then leave. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's hard.
Now I'm moving in like Uncle Jesse.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's a bar, by the way.
That
now I'm moving in like Uncle Jesse and Joey. Like we got Full House. That's another bar.
Yeah. Nigga, you ain't put a beat on, man. Quit playing with me.
I'm talking my shit right now. And
you supposed to. You the love your podcast. You supposed to.
You know what I'm saying? Because for years I let myself kind of just play the back. Yeah. You know, I was okay with being a nigga that know he could score 30 at any time, but
and get 15 and 12
and 12 and chill. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say, like, man, it feels great. It does. It really does feel great, and I appreciate everybody that streamed, that liked, that followed, that shared. Even if you scroll past the motherfucker and just stopped and was like,
should I?
I appreciate that shit, man, because, you know, you didn't have to. You know, like, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? You let me sit down in your house with you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
So let's talk about the project that you just dropped, which is Cloth. You know what I'm saying? The Cloth Talk. You know what I mean? The Cloth Talk. The inception behind it. What is the inception behind Cloth Talk?
So shout out to my bro Chili Chill, who does all the mixing and mastering. Shout out to my dog Smooth Don, who not only raps himself, but
Smooth Don, that's the bro. Shout out to Smooth Don, that's the bro. Smooth Don, come have a seat on this podcast.
Bring some sauce. Bring
that sauce with you.
You know what you're doing with it, bro.
Bring the sauce.
Shout out to Smooth Don.
Shout out to Smooth Don, bro. That's the bro. A friend of the podcast.
Yeah, he you know, also put he the one that gave me the name Cloth Talk.
That's hard.
Cause I played a song for him. We was in Florida. Or that, like, so when I say
that's some fly ass shit.
Listen,
a nigga tell you where the fuck he met. Like, a nigga told you, like, nigga, I was in Costa Rica when the nigga told me I need to do an ad lib. Like, what nigga tell you we was in Florida? That's some hard shit.
Brittany said he sleep. I tell him, Smooth Down.
Say Smooth Down to get on this podcast. Smooth Down.
Wake your ass up when you on the podcast.
He don't know he on the biggest podcast. Here in the all right, so, cool. Shout out to Smooth Down. Smooth Down.
There's a line on I forget what song it is on
Fine?
When on Cloth Talk.
Okay.
I said a line where I say no, I think it's called Rainy Days.
Okay.
I say it used to be 2 for $20 from Applebee's. Now I'm enjoying chicken sausage on balconies.
Talk that.
Eating with the faculty. That was real.
That's hard.
I was in Florida in a fucking Airbnb, was eating chicken sausage on the balcony.
Yeah.
Being Smooth, I'm playing music for him, and he's like, yo, that's that Cloth Talk. And that's how we got the name for Cloth Talk.
That's hard.
That's how we got the name.
Shout out to Smooth Dime, man.
Like, I tell him that all the time. And he like, you know, he like, man, you that dang shit, bro. You know, and I was just, man, so I went into it. You know, I always tell people, you know, everybody's cut from a certain cloth. It just depends on what fabric and scissors you use.
On God and them.
Yeah, so I'm cut from a certain cloth, man. My grandfather hustled. My father was a hustler. I was a hustler. No matter how we got it, we got it. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to tell a few of my stories. Not go too deep because, you know, you fuck around and solve some cases for the people.
On God and them.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to talk and be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I felt like I was caught, you know, I'm cut from a certain cloth. And I went in with, you know, everybody know I'm a soulful dude. You know what I'm saying?
On God.
So that's why I kind of got a soulful vibe to it. And, you know, like, it was conversational. It's me having a conversation with y'all.
Right.
Just telling y'all, like, we conversate, we talking.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's why nothing is, like, real super hype or nothing like that, because we talking. It's, y'all family. We family, we going to have this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And so that's why, like, even with Smoking Aces, the intro record, you know, like, it's a breakdown, but, you know, like, when I made a little money, like, I had people tell me money changed me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck, I bought a pair of real monkey jeans and don't know the fuck they were. I paid $600 for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, money changes you because you can buy things now.
Yeah.
You know, but my character you can never.
Never.
Anybody that's never met me can never say.
We still the same from that lunch table.
Yeah,
that's the hardest thing that me and you can say. Yeah, we the same from that lunch table.
Even niggas that I had sprung, like we may have brushed the wrong way against each other. We may have had a little beef. Niggas can never say that Reese wasn't the real one they did.
So it's a ball right now, nigga. Reese to put the pieces on you.
Yeah.
I still got it, Reese. Yeah. I still got a little on the top.
I know, listen. Man, and that's, you know, that's just, I don't know.
Y'all ain't gonna never forget that, are you? Reese put the pieces on you. Yeah.
This nigga like Rakim, we snatched all this shit off the blood. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, I went in, I locked in, and I caught fire.
Yeah.
I put up a 40 or 50 piece on niggas. You know
so what is next for the great young Reese dude, man?
Man, we got two. I got two in the chamber. Well, I'm working on one is in the chamber and I got one that I'm working on.
Okay.
We got Salt of the Earth. For anybody that's next. Also, I got three. I got an Untitled project with also another legendary person.
Okay. Okay.
I can't really give too much on that.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's my brother.
Yeah.
All I will say is he dropped on the same day as me.
That's hard.
Two people dropped on the same day as me. I'll let y'all choose who it is.
That's hard.
But I got Salt of the Earth, and anybody that knows, you know, like things biblical, the Salt of the Earth is the most honest, most charitable, most loving. You know what I'm saying? A loving person. You know, that you are called the Salt of the Earth.
Yeah.
And on that record is just me continuing to be honest, give you game, charitable, and you know, talk about my love for what I've done and who, you know, the people that I love.
Right.
Salt of the Earth is next, and then we got I'm working with DJ Payne 1. Me and DJ Payne 1.
That's hard. Yeah. Hey, shout out to him, bro.
Shout out to DJ Payne 1. We working
sure.
on the project, and
I'm watching you, bro. Keep working.
I'm kind of iffy on the title for that one, but that'll be towards the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Fall, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm just working, man. I can't grip with nobody. I'm just working, man. I love what I do. I love the people that surround me.
So here on the Legend People podcast, we had a thing called a butterfly effect. It was something you said during the course of the interview, was something I found in the course of my research that I found was truly profound and amazing, bro. Mm-hmm. I want to go right back to that fucking first time I met you, bro.
Okay.
Like, that one of the most dopest experiences in hindsight, because we had what's his name? Exquisite there.
Exquisite, yeah.
Shout out to Exquisite. We had Kevin Clay. We had Flamborghini.
Shout out to Flam.
We had Dame the Great.
Shout out to Dame.
We had a bunch of people that weren't notable, but salute to y'all, because it's funny. Like, now I have the opportune position to be the person who are granted a purpose to bring people along, to tell them what they've done and who they are, in like the full totality of what they've done. And nothing gives me better pride to talk to like one of my bros, man. Like literally a person I talk to every day, man. Like, I remember me and you was in my other BMW, like not the blue Pepsi blue joint. We pulled down in my gray BMW. It was smoking all type of wires. But it was clean.
It was clean. It was clean.
But me and you like are really bros, man. And then like to see like you always, like even today, like today is your hottest point that I could ever say, and you still as humble as you was. Like, it wasn't no big press. You like, I've had people who literally sit here and say,
hey,
read the comment right here.
Hey, my boy Jamal Allen, aka Peter motherfucking Prophet.
Peter motherfucking Prophet.
Said Cab Clay had Reese sounding like Junior. Hey, listen, so me, first of all, before I even explain that, Cab Clay thought he was Lil Wayne when we was kids.
Oh God, bro, damn it. Wait a second. So during the time that we did our talent show, right, we all had to pick one beat. So we had DJ All City. Shout out to DJ All City. Like, we had so many legendary people there. Shout out to Mr. Turner. Turner, damn, bro. Like, I gotta walk it back a little bit. So during high school, right, we used to literally get in trouble because we used to rap every period, to the point where we were so dope. Where, like, for instance, it was one person that was dope, then people would hear one person rap, and then they would leave. We had so many people that were so dope that people would literally sit there and miss their next class period. Suppose where Miss Peavy House pulled us in the office and said that if you guys agree to not rap for a week, we'll let you guys perform in front of the whole school. Right? So me, Dane the Great, you, Kevin Clay, Exquisite, Exclusive, whatever his name was, shout out to him, bro. They literally made a deal with us, bro. So we had to come up with a rap. So we made up raps, everything. They told us the last minute, big bro, that it had to be about proficiency tests. So I'm a punchline nigga, like, so I put the punches together in the third. So I motivate everybody. Reese like, nah, I can't do that. Like, oh God. So look, I put it together. Me and Dame did it. It probably was another person. I think it was Kevin Clay or Exquisite, one or the other. No disrespect to neither one of them. I love y'all, bro. Y'all niggas are kings. Y'all niggas always kings. Y'all niggas are welcome to come here to speak y'all presence of it. But I remember us doing it for the whole school, right? And then we end up having to do it again at Sinclair. So we had to rap in front of the whole Sinclair, right? But go back to like my whole thing. What I'm trying to say is like, bro, you were like the young bull on the block, and you wasn't like a person that was scared of competition. You would battle niggas, everything. Like, you was a person who, like, cause niggas be scared to battle me, cause I'm just like a big personality. Like, fuck that. Bars, yeah, I'll put our shit together. I'm a big personality. Like, I was fly, fresh at that. Like, it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't that. Like, niggas be like, I don't want to rap against him. Like, shout to Flamborghini, but you scared to battle me. I love you, bro, but you scared to battle me. He rather battle Dame, and nigga I gave shoes to. Love you, Dame. Right? He'd rather battle him than battle me. Like, the fly nigga with money, you don't want to battle him because you a fly nigga with money too. You rather find a nigga you can point out and say, nigga, you dirty. You can't say that to me, right? Love you, right? But, like, to put it all to encompass it is to see where you've grown from where you were at that point to be who you are today, where they're literally calling you Dayton's Biggie, bro, is the dopest thing you could ever say. When like, you look into, like we ran it back. Your grandma had a bout with diabetic, and then for you to take health so serious shows like that you are a person that looks at you feel me, like the full fabric of what's going on, and then for you to put that together to be a person that's really like taking health seriously, like nigga, I had to beg you to get a beer, like, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you went on a whole workout journey, right? And then like you know what I'm saying, like with the you know what I'm saying, with the EPMD, you know what I'm saying, like that is a dope ass thing, because like you are a person who looked up to them, and then for them to reach out, and we got so many different stories of, you know what I'm saying, other people who have these same type of stories in Dayton, which is dope to me. The Marco 937, I'm pretty sure y'all got a project coming up. I'm not trying to snitch, but I'm pretty sure y'all got something going on. But one thing, look, I'm just too smart. I'm just too smart, right? Wait, I'm not done with my damn butterfly face. Well, I know we friends, nigga. I ain't done yet, right? But in a whole serious thing is like, for you to take the presence on, you know what I'm saying, like when your brother passed, to have that reverence to say, you know what I mean, I don't know who did it, you know what I'm saying, and you still have that world thought to say, you know what I'm saying, feel me, I don't know who did it, but I'm going to honor him. Yeah. To me, that's the dopest thing. Like, that is what, like, catapulted you to me, rather than me already knowing you, because a lot of people, nigga, we from Hayden, Dayton, right? Yeah. But to see you do that, and then for you to be a king in Dayton and take your crown to Columbus and wear that bitch everywhere, nigga, you are unequivocally a motherfucking legend to me, bro. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for your contribution, bro, from Dayton.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And I'm a city nigga through and through.
Yeah.
City nigga, they say I talk different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The cloth different, nigga.
Yeah, the cloth is different.
I
always tell these niggas, bro, like, man, like, it's either, you know, this, for me, this shit is like a layup. But the issue is, most of these niggas can't make layups, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Niggas' forms is bad. Mm-hmm. You know, and they ain't just talking about music, they're just talking about who they are as people. You know, a lot of people, you know, like, Eddie Guerrero, they lie, cheat, and steal their way to the top. Yeah. You know, then you don't understand why people don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I predicated myself on being real. You know, if you don't like it, that's cool. I respect that. You know, Black Dollar, AKA, but Black Dollar. Black Dollar what? He said, "What about those collarbones?" So when I first started losing weight,
here we go.
When I first started losing weight, the nigga, I walked past the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, fresh out the shower. Nigga I think I threw on a beater. No, I might not have no shirt on, but I walked past the mirror and I'm like, yo, my collarbone poking out. So nigga, I went and I got on like, I think I got on like Instagram or Facebook or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, y'all see that fucking collarbone though? I did a whole post about it.
Right.
I'm proud of them collarbones. Now I got the neck muscles. I'm on some Brock Lesnar shit.
This nigga making a whole fucking soulful Sunday dinner with his fucking workout. Niggas talking about collarbone, neck bones. Only missing is collars, nigga. What are you talking about? Nah. Yeah,
this nigga Peter Prophet talking about that. Clay had me sounding like, dude, we did a song, man.
There you go. Shout to Cam Clay.
Cam Clay, we did a song, right?
Shout out to Dane too, man. I love you, Dane.
I'm literally just sitting in the session because P and Cam Clay working on it, and I'm like, you know, like they don't really ask, you know, like I like a lot of people don't think I can do what people do today in music.
Right.
So like I'm listening to it, and I write like a little bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. From a little jump start.
Little bridge, and it's, you know, it's on some Cash Money shit. You know what I'm saying? And I dropped it, and Cam Clay looked at me like, man, I ain't even know you had that in your bag.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, listen, it's you better. My wife said I better put the collarbones away.
Shout out to wifey, man.
But man, that nigga did have me sounding like you, man.
Word, bro, that's hard. That's hard.
He used to be young. What was it? Young Tweezy, little Tweezy, little.
Listen.
Some shit like that. That nigga thought he was Wayne.
Shout out to Kevin Clay. Nigga showed me. Wait. Shout out to Kevin Clay. He sold me my very first pistol. Shout out to that nigga. I love that nigga, man. Statute of limitations is up. He sold me my very first pistol. Shout out to the bro. He was younger than me and sold me my very first pistol. Shout out to him, man. I love Kevin Clay. And he went viral, bro. Like him just walking through. feel me, the blocks, man. So, bro, man, like, we ain't gonna hold you too much long, man. Thank you for coming down here, man. Like,
Thank you for having me.
what is one positive thing you want to say to anybody that's retracing your steps, man, or to your seed, unborn seed, whatever way you want to encapsulate it? Okay. What is one thing you want to say to?
So, there's always going to be someone before you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's crazy to, like, everybody always says follow in footsteps or create your own path. I say use the path that was given as a roadmap.
Oh, God.
Because it'll teach you whether or not you steer from one way or you go towards that way.
Word.
Like, just because you follow down someone's path doesn't mean it's going to work out, but it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. That also doesn't mean you're not self-made, because you had to choose to follow that path. But when you follow that path, like I said, use the roadmap, because them two steps to the left can help alleviate some bullshit for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking 2 steps to the right, you might need to take 2 steps to the left.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So use the ones that came before you, including me, pathway as a roadmap.
So I gotta ask Big Bro, like, do you got a question for Lil Bro?
Yeah, I got a question. So I guess the question I would say is, so you started off on some Cash Money, West Coast type style, things of that nature. So as of right now, over all of the years, where would you put yourself at in, I say, the same field of lyricists, like pure rappers, to this day that you can say, hey, you could throw me in the mix with blank.
Throw me in the grease with them. Throw me in the grease with them. That's
damn, that's a good question.
Throw me in the grease with them.
Damn, bro, that's a good question.
That's hard.
And nobody that you can stump on, like somebody that you have to.
Yeah, nigga, don't bring up Tekashi 6ix9ine on here. Don't bring up Tekashi, nigga.
Man, that was my first time.
Who was your Goku?
Oh,
who was your Goku?
Oh, who up there for you?
Put me in the ring with Ho. I ain't backing down from no smoke. I'm with all of it. Listen, I am as humble as you can be, but I ain't scared of shit.
Damn. Nigga, I put this beat on right now. Nigga, what we doing?
Listen, you put a beat on right now, right?
What we doing? What we doing? I've been waiting for this moment.
I don't know how many niggas have come up here on the Legendary Podcast.
One.
Who?
What beat you queuing up?
Look, I gotta plug the damn keyboard in, nigga. I wanna hear bro rap.
Listen,
look at this. Look at this. I gotta hear bro rap.
I don't know who was it.
His name was up with a V. He was up here with East Sound Posse.
Okay.
It was like East Sound Posse Part 2.
Okay.
And East Sound Posse is a legendary.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And I respect them.
Oh shit, we gotta get Reese here. Jumping for us.
Listen.
As soon as this fucking keyboard work. Oh, nigga, we lit.
I'm with whatever.
All right, my nigga. Shit, nigga, we gotta end it out with a fucking free, bro. Me and you. Fuck it.
All right.
I'm in the water.
There's sharks over here now.
If you think I wasn't ready.
I ain't fucking around with the fuck around. You know how it is. You know how it is with us.
Let's fucking go. All right, man. Here we go. Right here.
What you got for me?
Yeah. We must pay all this shit. got an open case. Homie, I lubricate. Homie, I hope they hate. I'ma leave a nigga stressed out with an open face. Calm down, I make it rain on the strippers quick. Throw cake in the face, I'm on some Ike Turner shit. Career criminal, my life is crime. You can catch a bullet like Jerry Rice in his prime. I'm Dash's bitch, as good as it get. You can't see me in the whip, cruising through with the tech. I spit a few from the clip, you get it blue through your head, keep squeezing. Damn, I'm abusing the fifth. I get blue with your bitch, ice blue in the fist. There's nothing newer than this. I ain't fooled by you pricks, I keep it moving and shit. I ain't fooled by you pricks, I keep it moving and shit. I'm in the newest of whips, I see you dudes and spit. How you blowing your chips, cause you's a loser and shit. Trying to spin with a bitch, I started quarter the pitch on the curb of the bitch, and now it's closer the bit. Hot scoop with the flips is nasty. I'm outside and they need me. I'm outside, they need me. Are we good? But then, out of people here. Bring it back. You got it? Hey yo, the bull been high. Way before that jail shit. Bag to bag bitch, Chanel bags and Chanel kicks. I'm home. Even though snitches talk and tell shit, I can sunflower these niggas, let the shell spit. I could've killed y'all a long time ago. Thank God for the block. Got fiends copping rocket snow. Held like 4th of July. I'm gon' let the rockets go on poppin' home. Ties up a domino. I put the end of you niggas. Even my mama know that I don't sell bikes, but I'm quick to let the choppers go. And for them haters, I threw the drop on. Left out of court through 2 chains and a watch on. So yeah, the truth home. Man, my girl ain't from New Orleans, but she really got the Superdome. And for my niggas that be locking them jail cuffs, I'm swinging my chain, grabbing my nut, throwing that wasteland nut. It's nasty. Nastyville, man. Yeah. We out of here. I'm still outside. Them niggas know. Bro, I bring rappers here all the time, bro. I love this shit, bro. You feel me, bro? Shout out your social medias and all that, nigga, so you can slide on it.
At 937 Reese, dude.
Yes, sir.
937 Reese, dude. I always say I'm everywhere you never hear. When it's been cut from a certain cloth, you gotta just understand it and feel the fabric. It's the salt of the earth.
You heard?
Just 1 time, 2 times, 3 times.
Get in the metaverse.
Yeah, hey, I need to.
It was today. Wait. So before we leave out here, let me tell you what was so prominent today. Like today, it was literally a whole concert today. Naughty by Nature did a whole concert today. I know, like in the metaverse, they go away free NFTs, wearables where you can have it for free and sell it. I was there. The fuck, I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's like, bro, get in the metaverse because like they got studios, everything like that. Like me and Smith about to do an interview with somebody that's prominent. I'm not gonna give it away the same way he can give it away. I'm telling y'all, we have a prominent artist that's going to come on our podcast in the metaverse who is prominent. He's actually acting in movies and everything, so that probably gave it away a little bit. Prominent rapper and an actor is gonna be on our podcast, bro.
I will tell you this, I just watched Snoop Drink Champs.
Yeah.
And Snoop was talking about how he snatched everything off the streaming services, put it in the metaverse and made like $20 million.
Listen, it's money in there.
Yeah, we gotta talk off camera.
Yeah, cloth talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, so man, bro. So man, please make sure you guys go down and salute to bro, young Reese dude, man. Like bro, like the GOAT for real, man. Like you know what I'm saying? He the biggie from Dayton, man, for sure. And that is something I think like we could like catalog, man. Like you know what I'm saying, you the biggie from Dayton, man. Like wear it. That's the cloth you gotta put on, Brody. You feel me? So yeah, man. The Legendary People Podcast, legendary people, legendary stories, man. You know what I mean? It's lit, man. Make sure you guys salute up to our sponsors, man. It's lit, everybody.